A11Y stands for accessibility. It is a numeronym, with 11 representing the count of letters between the letter A and the letter Y. Another popular numeronym is 118N, internationalization. Such short representations became popular in the age of microblogging, when every character counted, but hashtags were fundamental for finding an audience. This was the topic of a user group in Porto, 14 hours before this hackathon started. Roughly 15% of the global population lives with some form of disability. A web presence without accessibility means keeping these individuals away from our services. There are ethical and legal implications to implementing it. We followed the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines by the World Wide Web Consortium. It is established as the worldwide standard, including for the EN 301549 compliance that will be mandatory in about 1 year in all the European Union. The Web Content Accessibility Guidelines are a set of recommendations published by the Web Accessibility Initiative of the World Wide Web Consortium to make web content more accessible to all users, including those with disabilities. WCAG is widely accepted as the global standard for web accessibility. According to WCAG, approximately 82 tests are conducted to ensure the web page fully complies with the guidelines, which are divided into 3 levels of conformance: A, AA, and AAA. OutSystems already enforces some of those guidelines. It still isn't magic enough to make all sites perfect, but we can try. The Web A Million is an annual report that analyzes the accessibility of 1 million home pages on the web. The 2024 report is the 5th edition of this study, which aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the state of web accessibility, highlighting the most common barriers that users with disabilities encounter while browsing the web. The analysis revealed that 96% of home pages had WCAG failures. On average, each home page contains 51 accessibility errors. The study found that 96% of all detected errors fall into just 6 categories: low contrast text, missing alternative text for images, missing labels for form inputs, empty links, empty buttons, and missing document language definition. What have we done? We increased the contrast of buttons. Adequate contrast is essential to ensure that content is readable for people with visual impairments such as color blindness or low vision. For this part, we used WebAIM on API to test contrast. We created alternative text for images. It is essential to ensure accessibility because it allows screen readers used by people with visual impairments to describe images. For this part, we migrated to ODC Forge, the Azure OpenAI Vision Connector. We aren't using it because we haven't been approved yet by Azure. We wrote labels where they were missing. When labels are missing, users may struggle to fill out forms correctly, which can impair the usability and accessibility of the website. We fixed this by using the input ID as a reference on its purpose. We set the title and a single H1 heading. Headings are the primary mechanism used by screen reader users to navigate content. Their proper implementation is important. We fixed this by using ChatGPT API to read the site's content and advise on a proper title. We created the Skip to Main Content link. Skip links are designed to allow users to skip directly to the main content of a web page, bypassing repetitive navigation sections such as menus, sidebars, or headers. We created the missing link and used ChatGPT to write its label in the same language of the site. We found the missing language. Users who rely on assistive technologies may have difficulty navigating and understanding page content if the language is not correctly defined. We fixed this by using ChatGPT API to identify the site's main language. How does it work for developers? We simplify the process to the max by creating a library with a block that can be placed on the layouts of applications to automatically run on each open page. At the back office, we can monitor the accessibility status of each page over time. This way, developers, designers, and authors can improve their work based on our suggestions. The next steps involve continuing development to address other less common accessibility issues. These improvements will not only help developers make websites more accessible, but also ensure an inclusive experience for all users, regardless of their abilities or limitations. Our database was already designed to allow preemptive fixes. We save the JavaScript used for each correction and can run it on the site without repeating the entire analysis. And if developers fix the root cause, we just need to run a new analysis and the JavaScript is optimized again. This part can become a lot faster if we load the JavaScript library to store the needed functions. Thank you and have an accessible day.